Hi, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and can you see what's behind me? Just you wait. I found 4 awesome kitchen chairs, with the cracked ice, a blue vinyl, I guess it's vinyl covering. Unbelievable. Just about mint condition. No rips, no tears, no sun fading. I mean, these things look like they just came off the showroom floor. I can't wait to show you.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Okay folks, I'm getting ready to enter a little neighborhood thrift shop called Jinxed in West Philly. It's actually a variety store. You're coming with me. You ready?
She used to love me and starlight above me, love, sweet pain, haunts my memory in lonely land. Blue November, I remember happy days in May. She was true until you stole the summer away. Oh, lonely days. Each lover through has a love nest in view, but I remain with the dream of summer lonely days.
Okay, zooming along, I spotted some anchor hocking bubble, sapphire blue, mid-century. Now, these are the cereal bowls, and I'm definitely going to purchase these. I ran my hands around the top to make sure there were no chips or no roughness. These cereal bowls do very well. The two cereal bowls here, what are those, about 5-inch? They could sell for maybe $8 each. So I could get about $16 for these. And purple is half price today. So these are 50 cents each. So this is a great deal. The soup bowl doesn't bring quite as much, and this one has some roughness and a little... so because of that slight damage, I am going to leave this here. Because I really try my best, especially when it comes to pretty common depression glass, is not to buy anything chipped or cracked. Okay, so we're going to leave that there and keep shopping. I am so mad. This is where I went to graduate school. But it's an extra large. Are you kidding me? If I bought an extra large, you could fit 2 of me in there and have room for Mrs. Roper as well. I need to leave Mrs. Roper alone. Oh well, I've got one at home. Okay, I'm just leaving the village thrift, and I can't wait to get home to the kitchen counter, so I'm going to show you right now, because sometimes I think some of you don't believe I find all this great stuff at thrift shops, but I certainly do. Take a look at this. Get rid of the receipt. Look what I just, oops, look what I just found. A beautiful, let's get it out where you can see it in the light. Wow, look at that, and it's in the fall colors of black and orange. Maybe it's supposed to be somewhere in the Netherlands. But anyway, it's Noritake, made in Japan, with the green stamp. And I used to have all these things memorized. I need to look it back up again. But I think the Noritake green stamp is sometime in maybe the late 20s to early 30s. I don't know, 1925 to 1935, something like that. And you know, I'll research this when I get it home. I just don't remember. But it's a big, what's that? That's about a 10-inch vase. All hand painted with a beautiful scene, and goes all the way around. And then on the back, you can see I did buy it at the thrift shop. Now I paid $7 for it, was happy to do that. Because there aren't any chips in it or cracks. A few minor scratches in the paint on the front, like right there, but all in all, just a beautiful Noritake hand-painted vase, and in autumn colors. So what more can you want? All right, so let's put this back down. There are a few more things in the bag. I'm going to keep you in suspense until the kitchen counter, so stay tuned. Okay, we're going to do an in-the-car reveal here. That's one of my favorite thrift shops here in West Philadelphia on 45th Street. So I just left that establishment, and I want to show you what I picked up, what I purchased. So I also went to a Goodwill earlier. That's in this bag. But from the Second Mile Thrift, I bought 2 CDs for 99 cents each. And, okay, so this is Carrie Job. I listen to a lot of contemporary Christian music. I love Carrie Job. One of my favorite tunes by her is called You Are For Me. And if you're not familiar with her, if you don't listen to contemporary Christian music, give it a try. You can hear her on K-Love. Also on, I think it's called Air One is another one of their stations. She's great. I love that CD. That's not contemporary Christian, but it's kind of close. Well, not really, but anyway. The Weavers, could not pass that by. I mean, I'm always in the mood for a good Weem Away. A lamp harp for 25 cents. A replacement socket for 25 cents. You can't beat that. Those are about $5-6 new in the hardware store. And for $1.51, a enamelware turkey platter. Now, these were actually popular. Well, I don't know how popular they were, but they were. This is from the 1920s, believe it or not. It's kind of gaudy looking. It was very inexpensive. They were mass produced. There's nothing on the back of it to tell you who made it, but it is enamelware. And as I just said, this is, believe it or not, almost 100 years old. It's in really good condition. They don't have a lot of value, but for vintage decorating at Thanksgiving time, this is a really cool piece. And I've never purchased one. I've never owned one, so I decided I would buy that for $1.51. And then from the Goodwill store, bear with me as I try to open this up. They had everything today was 50% off. I didn't know that till I got there and the place was crowded. I can never turn down Hercule Poirot. Whether I already had this one or not, it doesn't matter. It was half price. I had to purchase it. Look at all the look at all the episodes there. Love this series, and everything in it is so Art Deco, and you just have to love Miss Lemon. For those of you who watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then I also purchased, this was $1, so half price for 50 cents. It's unmarked, so could be anybody. You all know the makers that it could be. Little tiny mixing bowl. Sometimes these little tiny mixing bowls, I don't have any that are this small. This is in really good condition, and I just bought it for myself to use in the kitchen. So that's that. Well, gosh by gum by golly, I know it's not time for mistletoe and holly, but it's time for me to do a happy dance, because look at the condition of these chairs. Now, you're only looking at one. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a matching set of 4. Don't know what happened to the table, but to find 4 of these chairs in this condition, that's the key. You know, in real estate, it's what? Location, location, location. Well, with something like this, it's obviously going to be condition. Now, these are super. There's not a crack, there's not a split, there's no sun fading, all the piping is there, there's no rust. Even the caps on the feet are the same color, and they're all there, the little plastic caps on all of the feet of the 6 of the 4 chairs. These things look like they just came out of the showroom. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. Okay, now, to what era do they date? I'm already prepared because I know, a lot of you are going to say, oh, I remember them in the 1960s, or, well, I remember them, we had them at home in 1955. Well, it's not always accurate to date something based upon what you remember, because people would hold on to furniture for years and years and years, and believe it or not, this style of chair actually dates to the 1930s. Okay, now hold on, stay with me. Take a look at this picture. This is a kitchen from 1937. Okay, from Good Housekeeping magazine. Excuse me. And we're gonna, let's see, we're gonna blow it up a little bit, which means it's gonna go out of focus slightly, but I want you to look very closely at the chairs. Excuse me once again. I was eating an apple, and I think something went down the wrong pipe, as they say. Okay, notice that the chairs have the same style of chrome and design. That's 1937. So that style may be older than you think. These chairs, however, because of what we call today cracked ice, but when it became popular in the late 40s, it was known as mother of pearl. So these chairs, because they have the cracked ice, or more specific, the mother of pearl finish on the covering, they actually date from anywhere between 1948 to 1952, 53. The styles changed as you got into the mid-50s. So we're looking at several photographs here now of similar, not exact, but very similar sets of chairs and tables that all date from between 1948 to 1950. I think the latest photograph that I've got here is 1950. So some of these came from a website called crackedicechrome.com, which was a reference that I used. The one from 1937, I took that photograph myself from a 1937 magazine that I have here. And then my former college roommate and I were speaking about these chairs, and we were talking at length about when did the whole cracked ice really come in. And we had this long discussion, and we were both in agreement that these chairs probably date to the very late 40s. And I'm guessing that's a surprise to some folks who remember these in kitchens in the 1950s and 60s. You know, I was born in 1967. I can remember kitchens as early as age 5. That puts me into 1973. And I remember this kind of furniture in kitchens even in the early 70s. Think about it. People held on to their furniture. And in 1972, somebody could have been using a kitchen set that's 15, 20 years old. I mean, after all, my mother is using the same Pyrex mixing bowls that she received in 1964, 53 years ago. So I'm really rambling and talking too much about this, but it's exciting to find chairs in such great preservation. That's what thrilled me about this set. Wow. So I hope you like them. Well, after all that chit-chat, what am I going to do with these chairs? I'm going to finish cleaning them up. Just a nice wipe down with Windex is all it takes because they're, as I said, in super clean shape. I'll take some photographs, put them in the eBay shop, and probably list them as a for pick-up only, which means I really don't want to ship them. But hey, I'll tell you what, if somebody out in California falls in love and you're willing to pay the price, I'll ship almost anything. Hope you enjoyed this trip into the nostalgic kitchens of the past. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching and so long for now.